Superman, the animated series, is by far one of the best interpretations of Superman by far. And with that, I need to say, this is my first time watching it.
You need to leave!
Now, I know what you're going to say. The thing is this, with the DCAU, I've been a fan of that for a long time now. I've seen practically all the shows on Netflix, being Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond, that was a really good one, Batman the animated series, but with that, Superman wasn't on there. And funny thing, with the Superman and Batman Finest Hour, I thought that was an episode of Batman the animated series that I just never found. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, but with that getting off track, Superman is one of the greatest characters by far, and as they always say, your hero isn't as good as his villain. And I think that with this TV show in general, that Metallo is one of the most best written characters for how broken he is in this show. And with that, I'll just start off. Basically, Metallo was like this regular guy that mysteriously had a disease. Now, obviously, he was in jail because, he was, some scumbag or whatever. Superman, did him dirty, put him in jail. Now, the reason why I like Metallo in this is because how it shows us how humanity is pivotal for people in general and how it makes us who we are. Now, in this episode, Metallo, or, the guy before he becomes him, breaks out of jail because he has some incurable disease.
Yet unaccounted for is John Corben, a mercenary who police describe as extremely dangerous. Several months ago, Corben stole a high-tech Lexosuit and battled Superman to a virtual standstill.
So whenever he breaks out and all that, he finds that he can be cured, he could be back to normal, but not really normal, because Lex Luthor gives him a metal body. All metal, nothing about him will be human, besides just his mind.
Virtually indestructible alloy.
That the kryptonite?
The source of your power. And Superman's destruction. You want that, don't you? After what he did to you.
What do I have to lose?
Indeed. It's the only way to save your life. You have to do it. Don't worry, you'll look exactly as you do now.
But I'll be metal on the inside.
Better than metal. Metallo.
And with this, it's a double-edged sword because he can finally get revenge on Superman, but he can never truly have or feel anything like a normal human would. And we see this throughout him actually getting the body and the strength and power, that slowly over time it clicks to him that he can never truly be a human.
But I can't feel anything. It's like I'm controlling my hands from outside my body.
Well, some adjustments need to be made, that's all. But first, you have a job to do.
Superman?
Yes.
Would you like a rose?
No, thanks.
They smell wonderful, see?
I don't smell anything.
But they're very fragrant.
Get away! I haven't had anything to eat or drink since the operation. Haven't wanted anything.
The only hunger you should have is for power, my friend. The only thirst for revenge.
And that is really what fascinates me about Metallo, is the fact that as humans, we are able to touch, to feel, to smell, to experience life. And the fact of with a robot or something like Metallo is, he can never really ever experience what anything can ever be again. And it's the fact that he used to be a human, so that he basically lost that. He lost being able to experience what makes us human, a part of life. And that's why I really like this character in general, because basically he has everything he wants but nothing at all.
I can't taste anymore. I can't smell. Can't.
Also, on another note, this really makes me just hate Lex Luthor because it turns out that Lex is the one that poisoned him. Lex went out of his way just to poison someone just so they could get revenge on Superman. And Lex Luthor is, like, this is the best interpretation of Lex Luthor also, because Lex basically does none of the dirty work. He never tries to go after Superman, because in Justice League and Unlimited, he's like at the forefront. He's the guy you have in the mech suits and all that stuff. I never thought that, like, beforehand, he didn't do anything. He let everyone just go after him, like Superman himself, and that's why I love it, because he's like so rich and so powerful that he has other people doing everything for him. And basically with all these powerful people, he can, like, the fact that he can control people like Metallo, people like Bizarro, these godlike beings that can do anything to the most powerful man in the world, and yet he still has a hand on them. And that's what's really cool about it. And the fact that Lex is just like so malicious, so evil, that he doesn't even care about Metallo even whenever he's struggling to survive. The fact that he was able to poison, manipulate, and try to basically kill this man, and in the end he doesn't even care about the consequences, that is what makes me love Lex Luthor as a character, especially in this TV show.
Help! Help! I can't float!
Bon voyage.
Help!
You'll excuse me if I don't see you home.
You'll never pin this on me. The virus is destroyed and Corben's lost at sea. And even if you found him, there'd still be that kryptonite to worry about.
And overall, that is why I think Metallo is such a great villain for Superman, because Superman is all about humanity. Even though he's an alien, he still grew up here. He still is one of the most pure-hearted, generous, and most caring people in the world. And yet we have somebody else that's just full of metal and has nothing else but hate and cannot feel anything. And that is why Metallo is one of the best Superman villains ever, because he's a broken soul in a broken machine. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.
A fraud! There's the reality. The metal behind the man. It's all I am now. It's who I am. Metallo.